Hello my wonderful cubing friends. Today we will be looking at Rubik's Cubes in media, that is, movies and TV shows. Alright, without further ado, let's get into this. Here at CE Cubers, we offer a wide range of Rubik's Cube related content, such as competition vlogs, solving sessions, and even a 200 play special that lasts 2 hours. So, if you start listening now, I can guarantee that you'll have a great time. This first scene is from the movie Snowden, a movie about a man who leaves his job to stop a multi-governmental secret. In this scene, Snowden, the main character, hides government secrets in the cap of a Rubik's Cube. He sneaks through the metal detectors by tossing it to the security guard to fiddle with. The two security guards have some banter with typical sayings like, "This is so hard," and "How do you do this?" He gets through security, and the scene ends with him walking away into the light. I know that sounds like he died, but he didn't. I think this is a pretty good representation of cubing, even for only a brief scene, as they took the time to research how to solve the cube, as Snowden gives them tips on how to solve it. Or maybe someone on set just knew how to solve it. It's quite clear that the actor doesn't actually know how to solve the cube, as the character doesn't make any steps to solving it, but choosing rather to do random moves, scrambling the cube even further. Overall, I give this a 7 out of 10. Not terrible, and they did their research, but nothing beyond the minimum standard. This next scene is from In this scene, Marge is trying to solve the Rubik's Cube with the rest of the family shouting out what to do. None of the advice is actually how you solve any step of the Rubik's Cube. For example, Homer calls out, "Put your main finger on the yellow side and your other finger on the orange side, then turn it." There's a lot wrong with this, as I've never heard of a main finger, but at least they tried. Marge eventually gives up and throws it away with the other forgotten toys. I'll give this a 5 out of 10. Not much effort put in, but somehow it's still kind of funny. Now, most of these scenes are small clips from large movies or shows, but this one is an entire TV show. So if you didn't know, there used to be a TV show about a magical Rubik's Cube called Rubik's the Amazing Cube. I haven't watched it because it looks like a torture device to sit through, but if you want to watch it, feel free. I am not holding you back. I've brought this up a few times in some fact videos, but I have never really delved deep into it, and never going to. 6 out of 10. Another incredible piece of media surrounding Rubik's Cubes is the documentary. The Speed Cubers was such a good documentary on cubing and the community. There's so much to talk about, but I'll just tell you to go watch it, so go watch it. 10 out of 10. The last scene is from The Pursuit of Happiness. This is probably the most famous out of all these scenes, as it inspired many people to get into cubing. It's a very simple scene with the typical back-to-back banter between Will Smith's character and Brian Howe's. Now, in real life, Will Smith can actually solve the Rubik's Cube in just under a minute, and he learned to do that as training for this scene. So, with the cube he was solving, they weren't just replacing the cube every time it cut back to him. He was actually solving it. This is a very simple and long scene, but strangely iconic. I'll give this an 8.5 out of 10, as it helped introduce a lot of cubers to this community. There are some other very small references to Rubik's Cubes, such as Despicable Me 3, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and Brooklyn Nine-Nine. But, yeah, those are just like a couple of seconds and not at all scenes. So, yeah. Thank you all so much for listening to this episode of CE Cubers, and I hope to see you in the next one. Have a nice day now. Bye!